bait people.
Grab them by the dick and lead them.
Get in here. Get in here, you. Looks like you are indeed first. So congratulations. Usually people that type first are like fourth. But you were the first. You were the first. Smiling friends is not funny. Huh? Huh?
Alrighty, some nonsense, man.
Yep. It's the way it works. You got punched over a joke. You feeling like Chris Rock? Damn. I guess whoever you were telling the joke to didn't have a sense of humor, huh?
What were you asking for, bro?
Yeah. You did shrooms today while watching my videos. That's not a good idea. I'm not a good shrooming companion in most of these videos. Why, hello there. You hate everything. That's edgy. I bet you don't hate everything. Pretty sure there are a number of things that you like. So the Fatvolution. I am hoping that in the future, because I've started to see this stuff happen in video games, where they're more inclusive of different races and body types, like in Cyberpunk 2077, you can have any combination of male and female bodies and genitalia that you want. You can have a female character with a penis, or like a female presenting character with a penis that speaks in a male voice, or a male presenting character with a vagina that speaks in a female voice, or any combination you can think of thereof, right? You wander around the world of Cyberpunk 2077, and there are fat people in it. In fact, one of the early characters that you're introduced to is Dexter something. I can't remember his last name, but he's a big fat black dude, all kitted out with cyberware and everything. But you can't be a fat guy in the game. And there's there's excuses for it in some types of games. I get it. Fat people typically aren't like as athletic as people. Well, obviously they're not as athletic as people that are in shape. So having like a fat Navy SEAL as your main character or something would kind of be stupid. I don't think it would hurt the game if it was just a choice that you could make, but whatever. But in Cyberpunk, what's the point? Like, everybody's so transhuman that, you know, you can come up with any kind of like number of reasons why being fat wouldn't matter to how fast and agile you were. I mean, people replace their whole legs and arms in that game.
They were just too lazy to animate it.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it feels like it came down to. They were just too lazy to include like a third or a body size slider. You know what I mean? Because they let you pick like breast size in the female characters. They let you, you know, like I said, just in the one game we're talking about, any combination of genitals that you want. But no fat dude. I'd have so much more fun in these games if I could run around and be a fat guy. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the fat inclusivity revolution in video games.
You don't even need to have jiggle physics or whatever. You're not asking for.
I kind of do want just jiggle physics though. If I'm running around as a fat guy, I want to see that shit shake. I want to see the bowl of jelly shaking.
I guess so. It's like if they can do jiggle physics on titties, they can do it on bellies.
Throw it on the belly. Throw it on the belly. And where the fatties at? Where's the fat video game hero? You know? Has there ever really been one? That's like just a fat dude that you play? Or a fat woman that you play? I don't think so. Where's fatty representation? You know how many people playing video games are fat? We're not allowed to see ourselves in the video game? Why not? That is true. Saints Row is a great example of a game that lets you make a fatty character if you want. If I remember correctly, they're like muscular characters, but it's still, at least there was like a body size thing. Somebody had a little meat on them, you know? What's wrong with that? Bo Raicho, he's a fighting game character. He's one. There's always like a fatty in the fighting game.
Talking about the personalized RPG kind of shit.
Yeah, like these like open world games where you get to create your own character. Like, why can't I make a fatty? I'd even be fine if they wanted to make it realistic, like limit me in certain stats if I'm fat. If my character's fat, then I gotta pay more for the agility stat or whatever. I'm fine with that.
So dirty today. Nice and clean. Tynor's been the luckiest dog today. He got an after bath treat. He got a piece of steak that fell down.
Yep. It's probably gonna get some popcorn later. He's been a good boy today. Oh, yeah, fell. Yeah, I remember in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you could kind of like get your character fat. If you rode your bike a lot, your character would get more fit and you could have more stamina. And if you ate at a lot of fast food joints and drove everywhere, your character got kind of tubby and had less stamina. I'm cool with that. Why not? You never got like enormous though, you know. Fable, I guess, yeah. Fable kind of had a fat system. In these futuristic games or these like fantasy games, I really don't see why it's not possible.
Yeah, like if you're basically like a god or whatever, you can be as blubbergumptious as you want.
It's serious, yeah. If you're like a superhero or a god or whatever, yeah, why not? Why the fuck not?
Socrates was the best character in Assassin's Creed Odyssey because he was fat.
Yeah. True.
Always had his belly hanging out.
Like, they'll have fat characters in games, but they never let you play one. We do have these meta universes created. It's going to be an interesting psychological study. Yeah, like it's bound to happen, right? I mean, assuming there's not some big interruption to civilization's progress or whatever. Like, it's not going to be long before people are living a lot of their lives in these kind of like virtual environments where they can represent themselves as accurately or inaccurately as they want, I guess. Odd Job was just short. He wasn't really fat. He was just short. I want some fatties in video games, man.
Like you kill Cam with the belly going.
Yeah. Just want to be able to be like a big meathead in these games or something. I remember when I first started playing Cyberpunk and I saw that this Dexter, what's his name? Dexter Morgan? That's the name of the Dexter character, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. As soon as I saw him, I was like, damn, man, I wish I could have created a character that looked like that. Dexter Deshawn, yeah. He's just like, he looks so cool. He's just like a big fat guy with great fashion sense and like a golden arm. Yeah, look at him. Dexter Deshawn, look at him. Big old belly button and all. Great fashion sense, smoking a cigar with his cyber arm. Like, why can't I create a character that looks like that? He's in the game. And he basically kills you in the game at the beginning. Why can't I make a character like him? He looks like he would be hard to go up against if you in a gunfight or a fist fight or whatever, you know what I mean? Not fat enough. I mean, that's fat compared to compared to the characters you can make in the game. Hello, Mr. Naughty Priest. Thank you as always. Yeah, he looks like Rick Ross, yeah. Kind of does look like Mark Henry. Mark Henry didn't play him, did he? No way. Mark Henry's dead, isn't he? Hi, Mr. Naughty Priest. That's right. Pay your respects to Mr. Naughty Priest. Now.
Mark Henry isn't dead.
He's not? Oh, that's good. They have plus size men fashion shows. I'm sure they do. They just probably don't get a whole lot of media coverage and stuff, but like they put on fashion shows for like retailers. I'm sure they've got like some plus size model dudes and women that model clothes that aren't like size 0 or whatever. Tonight, right after I end this, I'll be doing a patrons exclusive Highdeology, where among other things we will be watching some Tales from the Crypt. So if you want to catch that, you're not a patron, instead of donating here, go become a patron.
They make a second Patreon. Yeah, there's always people throwing money around that are patrons. Just be a second patron.
Be 2 patrons.
Why not, man?
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, it's really weird. I'm going to talk about it on that stream as well, but like, I really feel like HBO has pretty much like abandoned Tales from the Crypt. It's almost like they're embarrassed of it for some reason. There's a YouTube channel that's been up forever. I've followed it forever. That routinely just does these like long marathon live streams with no commentary of back to back to back to back to back Tales from the Crypt episodes. Just constantly. He's got every season uploaded on his channel. He's got a ton of other shows too. He's got like that old show, The Hitchhiker from the 80s, which is kind of an episodic horror movie about a hitchhiker that everywhere he goes, he runs into some supernatural shit. Got some old, not old, but like the newer Twilight Zone, like the 90s Twilight Zones. And it's crazy. Like that channel has been there for years. And still routinely, because I'm subscribed to it, I'll see like he's live streaming more. He's doing another marathon of Tales from the Crypt. And it's like, how is this possible? But we tested it. We uploaded it to a burner channel, and like, no problem. He's streaming it live, like publicly, constantly. So I picked out three of my favorite episodes. We're gonna watch those tonight. On season 2 of The Wire, how I like Ziggy's character. He's a pretty lovable loser. The show's kind of picked up, thankfully. The first like 3 episodes of that season are just like.
Omar saved it. Had Omar not come back, I don't think we would have done it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Omar is great. He should have had his own spin-off show, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm enjoying the show again. What's the show called? The Wire? Or Tales from the Crypt? We're talking about 2 shows, kind of. Omar coming, yo. Duck.
If only that actor hadn't gone the way that real life Omar would have gone.
Yeah. Dude died of a drug overdose. It's too close to Omar.
Yeah.
Too much Omar. Too much Omar in him. Oh well. Omar is your middle name. Cool. Neat. Were you serious when you said you won a beauty pageant when you were a little kid? Yeah. Was in one of those like toddler beauty pageants, and I won a statewide beauty pageant when I was a kid called Mr. Petite, California. My mom's got all the, I think I've uploaded pictures of it somewhere. My old Instagram had some. But yeah, no, I was a baby beauty pageant royalty when I was a kid. What if they do like a Where Are They Now? Where is Mr. Petite 1986? Let's find out. Hey everybody, it's Mr. Petite here. Man.
What made you first do that face?
What?
The one that you just did?
I don't know. I've done it since I was a little kid, though.
Yeah.
I used to make that face at my sister. You'd get in trouble for it.
Just notice that's like your little preferred face if you're gonna make a face.
Yeah. The only thing I remember about Mr. Petite is they asked me questions when I was on stage. They asked me, "What's your favorite lunch?" And I said, "Hot dogs." And they asked, "What's your favorite breakfast?" And I said, "Hot dogs." They should have known I wasn't going to be Mr. Petite for long.
Some kids have it rough, man. Like parents that put their kids on the beauty pageant circuit as like a long-term thing. Kids
Yeah.
have to go into sports and shit. Got it rough, man.
Yeah. I remember doing the baby beauty pageant stuff very vaguely, and then I remember one time there was a casting call for a commercial, and they had readings for it in Fresno for some reason, and I went and read for that, and I got called back a couple of times, but I didn't get whatever the gig was. It was like a Gerber commercial or something, I think. Something. I'd have to ask my mom. Yeah, I'd have to ask her what the fuck that was about, because I cannot for the life of me remember. But I remember doing it. I was a cute kid, man. I had the chubby cheeks.
Yeah.
Pinchables. That's all you need. Chubby cheeks will get you everything as a kid. Yeah, I got a little crown and a scepter and a sash. A lot of the mothers seem overbearing and aggressive. Yeah. I don't know why my mom did it. Probably because she thought we were cute or whatever, but she was not into it like you see on some of like the reality shows that they've done about it and documentaries, where it's like, you know, I feel like a lot of those women are like living vicariously through their children.
Your mom just thought like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah. It's like everybody always tells me they're cute. She put my sister in them too when she was even younger. Like, my little sister was in them before she could even walk. But then we just stopped doing them. I'd have to ask my mom why. I'm sure there's a story behind it.
I remember my mom put me in ballet when I was real little. And I had some recital that I do not remember for the life of me.
Yeah.
Like, there's pictures of it, but I cannot remember at all.
Yeah.
I barely remember, like, the ballet I did when I was, like, 5.
Yeah, I can't remember a whole lot from that age. Kids are cute until they become teenagers, I was told. That's usually how it works out. And they start getting hairy and weird and angsty. And this is the end result. They come out the other end looking like me.
Dude, I went to the pharmacy earlier, like a bunch of teenage girls had like descended on it for some reason. To like dodge the teenage girls.
Dude, the pharmacy's the hot spot, man. All the kids chill at the pharmacy.
Like, why are you all
down.
here?
Who fucking knows, man? You always gotta go in a gaggle.
Yeah.
You can't just go with like you never just see 2 or 3, man. There's always gotta be 15. No, I didn't. I have not watched Inside. I'm not a big fan of Bo Burnham.
Oh my god, I thought that was over.
He's asked twice now. And I'm really like, I'm struggling. Was in the Nutcracker every year from age 3 to 20. My mom was kind of nuts. That's kind of cool though. Got to be in the Nutcracker a bunch of times. I remember I got to see the Nutcracker. when I was younger. It's a fun show.
I did too. I remember my mom got me like this blue pea coat to wear special to it.
Oh yeah, that's cool. You ever trip at a concert? No. It's not really a good place to trip. I mean, I guess for some people it is, but too much stimuli. Too much input. Input. Need input. I bought my first gun today. Hey, congratulations. Now keep it to yourself. I do not like this new turn amongst leftists. It's fine. Like I'm fine with anybody owning a gun that wants to, but I hate this like NRA fucking leftists showing off and flexing their guns shit that's going on now. It just fucking reminds me of the Republicans in the 90s and early 2000s and now.
It's like there's a difference between like being like pro Second Amendment and pro like, ooh, look at this.
Yeah, it's just like now we got a bunch of leftists getting in on the look at my big old gun. Let me point it around. It's just shut up. Don't tell people about your guns. Don't talk about them. Guns really shouldn't be a hobby. The Overton window never stopped moving. That's why a Democrat today is like a Republican from my birth year. You know what I mean? The Democratic Party today is basically running itself like the Reagan era Republican Party ran itself.
What, the free school lunches expire, they're raising Medicare rates.
Yep. Just everything you'd expect from to come out of a fucking Republican administration of that era, now coming out of the Democrat administration. And we bought that with constant lesser of two evilism. That's how you buy a fucking Democratic Party that's basically the Republican Party. Gotta love it.
Like, are we really at this point right now where we can't even get the government to agree on feeding children?
I mean, no. I mean, yes, we are at that point, I suppose.
It's like, what the fuck?
Like, go ahead and get a gun, but don't be one of these gun flexers or whatever. That just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because every time you flex, you got that chance of fucking blowing your dick off.
Yeah, just leave it away, and unless you're gonna use it. It just like reeks of insecurity to me when somebody flexes a gun. Mm-hmm. Anytime somebody like, check out my gun, I'm just like, get out of here, man. You can thank rap culture for a lot of that, sure. A lot of gun flexing goes on there for sure.
People have been doing it way before that.
Yeah. Check out my gun.
I bet country stars were doing it too, baby.
Look what I got at the store. A gun. Shut up. AOC just made an Instagram video on how hard it is to be a normal person in Congress, and which is only about what is in the strategic interest of the party. Yeah, well, she's basically telling herself in that, like I'd like to be a normal person and I'd like to advocate for normal people, but you just can't do it. It's like, you could. You just want to be reelected. You've got designs on a political career for the rest of your life, and you make too many waves. It's just like in The Wire, man. You make too many waves, and the people above you just go like, "Nope, you're on boat duty now, fucker."
In the basement.
My gun fires guns. Whoa, a gun. Paul, you have to admit it, you missed the mark on Donnie Darko. It really is a cinematic masterpiece. Nope. Still don't like the movie. Still not a fan. Never met any leftists that are gun savvy, really. So I grew up around them. I grew up around leftists with guns. It's not a new thing. I've never understood Donnie Darko. Nobody has. There are people that'll like try and explain what Donnie Darko is about, but none of it ever makes any sense.
I think it's just like the edgy teenage movie.
It is a very angsty, edgy movie for sure. It's too deep for you then, maybe. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Go ahead and evangelize the movie somewhere else. I don't want to hear another fucking post about it. I've heard leftists espousing some of the same shit that I heard on the right-wing gun nuts my whole life. This whole like genocide arc. Saw a clip of Vosh that somebody sent me where he's basically talking about how like all leftists need to arm themselves because they're going to come and kill all the gays. Just like,
That's not quite the way the Overton window is going. It's not going that way. It's going the fuck everyone over way, not the.
yeah, it's just the same shit you heard out of rightoids. Eventually, these communists are going to come for us. We need to be armed when they do. Like, "10 minutes till popcorn time." Maybe so. Somewhere thereabouts. Like, I honestly don't think people realize that, like, these social issues, as important as they are, I'm not saying that they're not important, they don't damage the elite, and so they're allowed to go forward. They're used as kind of like bait away from other issues. So people that are hyper focused on the culture war aspect of, political evolution tend to oftentimes neglect everything else. And gay liberation has no effect on how much money a billionaire is making. In fact, it spreads a little bit more money around. So,
Right, you see all the rainbow logos and shit.
yeah,
It's hand in hand with
just one.
capitalism.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. They've monetized it already. They don't want to get rid of it. They're not coming to round up the gays. It's just not happening.
I think I saw something that like Raytheon is like one of the most LGBT inclusive companies or whatever.
There you go. Gotta love it. Gotta fucking love it. Fan fucking tastic. It's getting your like teenage audience all whipped up, gun interested, while the fucking country just murders itself with fucking guns left and right. Let's get your teenage audience all whipped up and believing that like the Gestapo is coming to fucking shut down the gays. It's just ridiculous. Like gay money spends just like straight money does. There's the greatest protection that gay people have got. Spends just as good. Nice crisp gay $100 bill spends just as good as any other $100 bill.
Yeah, if anything, it's better for them to be liberated. They don't want a whole bunch of jobless gay people.
Yeah, no, get them in there. Get them in the factory. Stick a gun in their hand and ship them overseas. What do you think about the anti-gay legislation being passed around in Florida? Same as any other. It's part of the culture war. See, part of social issues and why they're so broadly accepted on both sides of the party is because they are great at pitting people against one another, once again, without doing any damage to the money flow. So it's red meat for the conservatives in Florida. That shit has been going on since God was a boy. There's a fucking brand new anti-LGBTQ piece of legislation in the South every fucking week sometimes. Then it goes up the pipes of the fucking judicial system and it gets struck down or watered down. It's just red meat.
Even with the abortion thing, like with how connected the world is now, I wouldn't be shocked if like Amazon opens up a pharmacy and starts doling out like abortion pills.
We'll see. We shall see.
Or an app or some shit.
I was about to join the military for the 3 hots of the cot when I was homeless. Thank God I didn't fall for Uncle Sam. A lot of people do. There needs to be a movement of people who I'm not saying you let the focus down on LGBTQ issues, but there needs to be like people that can focus on multiple issues at once, that understand the interplay of LGBTQ issues with keeping people distracted, and meld those issues with economic issues and issues of imperialism. That has to. I've tried to do that so many fucking times. And when people bring up gay issues here in the United States, I bring up all of the states globally that we support militarily or we support economically that are horrible to gay people. Just stomp them into the fucking ground every chance they get. Nobody cares about any of that. Everybody's so hyper focused on little bits of legislation here and woke this and anti woke that we forget to note the fact that our country, while relatively progressive on gay issues in comparison, finances places like Saudi Arabia. You remember when Joe Biden was running, he talked about how he was going to hold Saudi Arabia accountable for the murder of Jamal Khashoggi.
Yeah, make it a pariah state.
Yep. And he's about to go over there and hold hands with the fucking king. He's about to make a diplomatic visit over there where if you're gay, they will hang you off of a building and let your body hang there for the whole neighborhood to see what happens to a gay person. No joke. So you want to talk about gay liberation and gay rights? Talk about empire. Talk about American economic hegemony and how we support these states. Like, if you don't connect those things, I don't know how you can have any kind of fucking discussion about it. From one dog to another. Thank you.
Almost popcorn time.
Yep. Finish the cigarette and we're going in. Going in hot. If you're not a patron, now's the time. Go become a patron. I'll be doing a nice long Highdeology over there, watching some Tales from the Crypt, smoking and joking. It'll be fun. I'll see you there.